Alright guys, welcome back to another Kaiju 8 video. We have gotten our first new character to release after the launch of the game, and she is a skip. And we'll explain why in a second, right? But also there's a Mina banner. Wouldn't recommend summoning. She's in like the standard filler. You'll probably likely get her a lot anyway. But let's talk about Sagan, right? So she, for the looks of it, is limited, which is slightly weird that they would choose to make what essentially is an original character limited over someone like Reno, who's actually still even better than Sagan. So it's kind of a weird choice pickup, really. Like, you expect him to be limited, or like some of the hype characters from the actual anime to be more limited, so people are like kind of rushing to summon them, and instead make these characters the filler. But kind of the other way around, which I guess is kind of a good thing. What does limited mean? I guess it just means they can return some point in the future. So if you kind of look at the word they say here, it says the character and weapon listed above, as well as the 4-star and also 3-star shield, are available for a limited time in this gacha. They may appear again available in the future. So it basically means that they're not going to go in towards the shop, right? You won't be able to buy them maybe ever in the actual like game medals, right? So it does mean probably likely that, well, Reno would likely go in towards this pool at a later date, because he's not classed as limited. So limited characters won't be added to here. Their weapons won't be added towards the weapon exchange, but instead will just be exclusive towards banners. But it may be not every banner going forward, and will be maybe for selected banners. You like to think whenever they do OC characters, they'll probably once again return them for the OCs, just because like it'll be like the exclusive OC banner. Look, we got a new OC character. Someone now can get the chance to get the other OC characters. Kind of something like that, right? The pities are all the same as well. So yeah, kind of a weird situation, because this is like not the banner to do it for, but they did it for this character. So it's kind of a shame, because I don't think everyone's rushing to get her. And considering we can look at a kit, she looks decent, to be fair. So firstly, she's a blunt damage dealer while also being a fire damage dealer, which is okay. I don't think it's as good to be I mean, obviously it's good to be double attributes, right? But I don't think it's as good as someone like, you know, Narumi, who does 2 of like the standard ones, right? Because right now the blunt only deals damage towards the standard plates, where the fire only deals damage if you are required to bring a fire character, which by the way, you're not really required to bring any fire characters, or what is just a general one, which is the all attribute, which is the special attribute one, where it's just fire, ice, lightning, whatever the cold element basically is, right? So yeah, in terms of like needing her, you definitely don't. Like, by far right now, the hardest content in the game is literally the face battle stage 15, which you can do with basically free-to-play characters, as long as you have Narumi, which is what you should have likely picked up through your guaranteed 5-star, and maybe even re-roll for Kafka, Kaiju 8 Kafka, and maybe pulled 1 or 2 5-stars like Reno, then you can easily defeat stage 15 within like 16 turns. It's genuinely not that hard. Like, the big thing in this game is just getting your characters towards the equal levels towards the bosses you're first in. Sometimes doesn't really matter, especially if you have Narumi and obviously Kaiju 8. She looks cool though, I can't lie. So I don't think people are rushing to get this character. But we can ignore the gacha aspect and just talk about the character individually. Let's see what she does, right? So firstly, she reses, which is kind of cool a little bit. But like I did say, there's not like anything crazy right now nuking you down unless you're severely under-leveled, right? Also, we should go towards the passive probably first, right? Because this kind of puts the kit all together. She's a counter character, which might be kind of crazy actually. So after receiving an attack, applies 1 stack of inner flame to the unit. The inner flame is the user's ultimate damage multiplier, and damage there is also increased, stacks up to 5 times. Counters the kaiju that attacks this unit and deals blood and fire damage. So that's probably going to be really good for the story and plates, right? Once again, it's probably balanced that she's not actually a character that does what Narumi does, right? So it's only going to be blunt, which is just a standard plate anyway. The fire one, not really going to make too much of a difference unless they have like crazy special elements where you have to attack multiple times. By that point, you can probably likely just get Reno, right? Because Reno does it the same way as well as she does. And also, it deals damage based on the unit's defense. So she's kind of like Iso, where she scales off defense. So that's what the kind of gear you want to put on towards her. But she can apply burns on the countering, and also as well, after activating ultimate, she's going to basically heal. First skill, which is dealing damage with obviously blunt and fire. Second skill is where she kind of comes into play, which is why she's countering, is she has a 100% chance to apply a taunt towards all kaiju, which is actually pretty decent. It's we kind of like Kafka, you know, Kaiju 8 Kafka, because he can taunt on a single target, which is more important towards boss fights a little bit. I don't really think you have to worry too much about AoEs, because most of the time you attack Kafka anyway, at least from what I've played. And then kind of taunts up a little bit. And ultimate is once again going to apply defense towards her, which makes her tankier. And also as well makes her do more damage because she does damage based off her defense. And then partially applies a attack buff towards all allies, which is actually pretty decent. But once again, we have 4 stars in the game, like a Rio that does 40% attack buff just for being on your team. And you can also level it up as well. She also levels up too. But you kind of get... No, this is maxed out, right? So like low level is 10%. So yeah, that's like not even like... I'm not saying you don't want to use Rio, but like you can just have a free-to-be option. Once again, she's limited, so you kind of go Chaser, which is kind of what I mean by it's a bit of a weird situation to be in. Like this is not the character to make limited. And the weapon, once again, it can only apply towards her. So it's not even like a situation where you have a crazy OC character that can equip the gun weapon that Narumi has that will break Narumi if he had that weapon. And you want to chase that weapon for him, even though it is a different character. For this one, it's just, yeah, it's only for her. So yeah, you want it just for her. And, you know, we know from the anime that there isn't really any characters that will have shields in the future. So, like... You know, if there was an OC character that had an AR weapon, then, like, fair enough, because then you can give the ARs towards characters that use ARs, which would be quite a lot of the main cast. If it was cannons, if it was even the dual blades that Hoshina uses. Yeah, I think the whole situation with her is not really that crazy. But let's actually try her. We can actually test her out in game, which is kind of cool. Artwork is really good, though, man. I can't lie. Like I said, bro, I just don't think that right now, especially what we have in the game, we just don't need tank. I mean, she's not really a tank character. I mean, she's applying, you know, taunt for the team, tank for the team. But she can also do a lot of damage back. So I don't want to just downplay the damage. All right, let's do the tier 2 buff, which taunts, and then we should hit the counter to see if that actually removes plates and stuff. All right, so here we go. Okay. Gonna be quite annoying, especially with his AoEs and just going back and forth. But is it removing plates? It is not removing plates. Right? Yeah, so they're on 2s. Yeah, actually, she's not removing plates. Kind of balance her. I think she'd be crazy if that was the case, right? And to be fair, the animation is really cool. I really like her. Like, they actually cooked with her, I can't lie. They're actually, like, very, very cool. I mean, it's decent damage. Granted, you know, this is not actual counting character, so, like, it's not going to scale up like crazy. Let's check her ultimate here. Ooh. Oh, the Kaiju. Oh, that's what the image was. To be fair, the ultimate is crazy. Granted, there is, like, 7 characters on screen. Yeah, I think it was 5, right? So it's kind of a little bit. To be that's everyone though. It's not just adjacent characters. Alright, what's her single target like here? Okay. So yeah, to kind of wrap up the video here, I think we'll do one multi just see if we can get her right, because the rates are obviously decent, and we did that with Reno in the first multi. But talk about the character quickly, she actually looks pretty decent. I think the fact that it might be a bit balanced, right? But she doesn't actually remove plates with the counter, which is, you know, like I said, more of a balance thing, right? I think she would probably be like one of the better characters in the game if she could do that. But like I said, man, she's just not needed. I'm sure within the next few days or weeks even, because we are getting limited time fierce mode in like 6 days time, or like in like 8 days time, basically on the 16th. They will probably likely release a character or at least a release event that will require fire damage, and at that point you will obviously need her. But then again, you know, we have got Tay, which is a damage dealer that can apply fire. Granted, it's only on, I guess, the combat skill, not ultimate as well, not AoE though. But like, you can get by, right? Like I just say, the main thing in this game is just literally using characters like equal levels. So she'll probably likely do the job. And it's not like your Narumi, your Kaiju, your Reno that you've been building up already for the last like week, basically, is still not doing damage towards them. All you got to do is use a fire character to break the plate, which is what that character can do anyway. So yeah, I wouldn't say summon. If you are whale, it's not like she's not going to be worth it. I think she probably will be obviously be worth it. And I will say, for like our first actual like OC character, she looks very cool. So I'm kind of looking forward towards Suited and Chester. They actually might be alright. Chester might be really good though, because the wording they use from like the website it says is that he can use any weapon. So he actually might be, I don't know how they'll do that a little bit, but like they actually might make it so you can equip any weapon towards him. So the shield you pull right now, you might be able to equip towards him. But maybe it just might be some sort of animation thing. But let's just do one more, man, to see if we can get her. See if we can get a 5-star. Probably my luck, I'll probably actually get the weapon. I'm getting a weapon, bro. I'm actually gonna get the weapon. Actually, the rates are really good, bro. Like, you're gonna get something. But I'll take anything at this point, man. I've been dying for for a 5-star character, bro. So speaking of the fire character. Okay, hang on. Now. Is a weapon. I got this shield. Surely I didn't get the shield. Oh, okay. You know what? That's not bad. That's not bad. We actually need his weapon. Because now I can guarantee him. Which is literally what I said in my yesterday video, by the way. That I said, I'll probably likely summon the next few days or so. And then probably get his weapon. So I don't want to guarantee it. So now I have every weapon for my characters. What do you want more? What do you want more? Ooh. Oh, wait. Fake out. Tragic. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video. Yeah, I'll probably like 1 or 2 more if you want to. Once again, the peak carries over, so we have so I'm probably more likely because I'm gonna be going away until like the 21st, and I think we might be getting a character on the 22nd, which I think apparently is leaked to be Hoshina with his upgraded suit, like a full unleash, basically 100%. So that will be very, very cool. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Let me know if you summoned. Probably don't, but if you did, let me know if you got lucky because we kinda we didn't. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching and